Good morning, everyone. So, this is the last part of the chapter. It is chapter 5 of Standard 8 Fuel, Combustion, and Flame. So, let's start. We have covered all these things coal, coke, and all those natural gas, global warming, combustion, uh, all of the spontaneous slow combustion we have covered, and yep. Today we'll start flame. Yeah. So let's begin the class. So what is a flame? So when you burn something, suppose you are burning a candle. Suppose this is a candle. So you are burning it. So when you start burning it, a yellow color substance comes here. So this is called flame. Okay. This happens with everything. When you burn something, you get a deep yellow color thing. Okay. So that is a flame. So everything that burns does not produce flame. Substances which vaporize will only produce a flame. Wax is hydrocarbon. So here you can see that substances which vaporize will only produce a flame. This is a very important line. That means if something is getting vaporized, then only it is producing flame. Flame wax. Okay. So we'll see this one. History of candle. So, Michael Faraday, these are all the historical facts and who did what, and I'm not gonna go into this. Now let's go this. The title of the series of lectures given by Michael Faraday in 1860-61 was Chemical History of a Candle Flame. 6 lectures were printed in a book in 1861. Can you believe? Wow, there was a book in the name of candle. Oh, I didn't know. Okay. Did you know this? Fine. So function of the candle wick and weight of the atmosphere, capillary attraction, carbon content, lots of things are there in oxygen and living bodies. The production of carbon dioxide, coal gases and sugar, properties of carbonic acid, respiration, everything is included here, man. Its analogy to the burning candle, much more. We're not gonna read all these things here, at least in this year. 22 experiments were performed. According to Faraday, there was no law under which any part of this universe is governed which does not come into play and is not touched upon during time a candle burns. The guy was really a genius. Means, I mean, who does all 22 experiments on a simple candle, man? Fine. Don't worry. I'm not gonna read this. It's boring. I know. So let's move a little further. This is for you. Just remember this one. These things are not required. Flame. A region of burning gases is called a flame. That's all. Okay. So what's a flame? Flame is nothing but a region where gas burns. So this is an experiment. You can hold something and you can burn it. When we light candle with a matchstick, heat of the burning matchstick melts wax first, then it changes into wax vapor. So this line is important. So when you are burning a candle, this is a very first reaction, so we cannot see it. So initially what happened, before the existence of this flame, when you start burning it, the wax over here, it will start melt. When the wax over here melt, then within a very small fraction of time, the wax which is in liquid state get vaporized. It is in solid state, then it will convert itself into liquid state, then it will quickly vaporize, and the vapor will start burning. Okay. So when we light candle with a matchstick, heat of the burning matchstick melts the wax. Okay. Suppose this is a candle. This is a matchstick which is burning. This heat of this burning matchstick, it will melt the candle into liquid state. Then after absorbing some extra amount of heat, the liquid will vaporize. Then the vapor will burn. So here also the phase change of candle into that is from solid to liquid, liquid to vapor takes place where vapor burns finally. The wax vapor mix with the air and then catch fire, produce a flame. Wax vapor combined with oxygen producing heat and light, because we know that whenever something is burning it needs oxygen. So here also it combines with oxygen and it produces heat and light. As a result of this oxidation, previous classes I explained you what is oxidation. Oxidation is nothing but addition of oxygen. Carbon changes into carbon dioxide. I explained you, if we gave you the example that materials having carbon, they combine with oxygen, produce heat and they form carbon dioxide. Later on, the carbon dioxide is purified by plants and it produces oxygen that we inhale. So candle flame is always a spindle shape. Okay. During combustion of hydrocarbon means something which is made up of hydrogen and carbon. It may burn incompletely. Okay. This forms soot carbon. So if something is burning completely, it forms carbon dioxide. If something is burning incompletely, it forms soot carbon. So what is soot carbon? Find it and tell me. Okay, it's very easy. In Google, just type soot carbon, you'll get your answer. Okay, so at least you should also search something. Okay, try to get something. Now there will be four different zones of the flame. Okay, a flame, it can be divided into four part or four zone. First one is non-luminous zone. The outermost zone of the candle flame is called non-luminous zone. Here you can see non-luminous zone. This one, this outermost zone. It surrounds as the entire flame. The wax vapor in this layer get more oxygen from the air around. Obviously, it is in the outside. So whatever the air present here is trying to provide more and more oxygen to this non-luminous zone. With that, complete combustion takes place. So with that, here complete combustion is taking place because it is getting the required number of oxygen. Okay. Then the second layer is luminous zone. This is the hottest part of the flame. See, luminous zone means the flame that we can see. That is luminous zone. Non-luminous zone means the flame that it is part of the flame but we cannot see. Okay. So it is the hottest part of the flame. Inside this zone, a yellow part of the flame is called the luminous zone. Okay, flame looks yellow in color. So the yellow part is luminous zone. Little bit outside it, there is a non-luminous zone, or we can call it as a transparent zone. Okay. Then the next one is dark zone. The wax vapor cannot get enough oxygen from the air to burn completely. Now see, let me show you here. Now see, let me erase it first. This is one zone. So here the surrounding is air. So there is enough oxygen present over here that can be supplied to this non-luminous zone wherever required. Now to gas to this luminous zone, it has to pass through the non-luminous zone. Suppose this is an oxygen, this is oxygen. This oxygen wants to move into the luminous zone. Now it has to pass through the non-luminous zone. Without passing through the non-luminous zone, it cannot enter into luminous zone. Okay. So when the oxygen passes through the non-luminous zone, the non-luminous zone consumes the oxygen. Okay. Now the required amount of oxygen that should come into luminous zone are not coming. Suppose in 1 second luminous zone requires 100 number of oxygen molecule. It much more than that, but for our consideration. But the oxygen is trying to move into the luminous zone through non-luminous zone. Now what non-luminous zone is doing, it is consuming some amount of oxygen. So rather than 100 number of oxygen molecule, it is getting some 70, 80, 50, whatever it is, but not 100. So here the incomplete combustion takes place. So here, as you can see, the wax vapor cannot get enough oxygen from the air to burn completely. Some carbon particles are left unburned. As because it is not getting the required amount of oxygen, there are some carbon particles which cannot burn properly. Okay, which get hot and glow, emit yellow light. Okay, just around the wick is dark zone where there is no combustion. If you go more deep into it, here you can see this is dark zone. Here it is not getting oxygen at all. So the some amount of oxygen is consumed by non-luminous zone. Rest amount of oxygen is get consumed by luminous zone. As because the dark zone is not getting any oxygen, that is why there is no combustion right over here. Okay. So if a question asks that in which part of a flame combustion is not taking place, so do not take none of the above answer. It is dark zone. That is why its name is dark zone. Okay. Next, blue zone. In this area, no oxygen is available for burning takes place. This blue color at the bottom is due to the combustion of carbon monoxide. So at the bottom there is another zone that is called blue zone. Here this area is also not getting any oxygen, but it is blue color. You may see that in any combustion sometimes we see blue color flame. So that is due to the combustion of carbon monoxide, means CO. So there are some interesting facts about flame. I hope you liked it. Please watch the video. If you have any doubt, please watch it again. And you can ask me your doubt at any time. Please feel free to comment. So thank you all and have a nice day. Bye bye.